policy is if we do not release it on our website or officially, it's subject to data privacy. And RSBSA is, although PSA is in charge of data collection, I think the PSA is not the owner of the data.
No, I just wanted you a guidance to ASIS. So anyway, ASIS can answer for himself now.
Sir, what we are submitting is actually not the names, but the number of farmers, things like that. The summary already. That's what we're going to submit.
Okay lang ba sa iyo, Castro? Oh, it satisfies, sir. So it's okay. Can you go back to the list, the missing links? So, guidelines for RSBSA registration by Congressman Dagook. Composition of the 1% budget for research and development by Congressman Biron. Information and copies of documents, complaints, investigations, or cases. This is from the Department of Justice against former NFA Administrator Jason Castro. It was submitted. Next. NEDA has been submitting the NFA target and actual performance by Congressman Briones. Report on NFA projects started in June 2024 by Congresswoman Quaresma. Percentage of abandoned projects and total projects. List of repeat offenders who abandoned projects, Congressman Reyes. 2024 target not yet submitted. 2024 target versus actual performance by Congressman Briones for NIA. Data on how many hectares of farmland are being serviced by NIA for irrigations sourced from Angat Dam by Congressman Plato. Obviously, Plato wants to charge an environmental fee. Report on irrigation projects with informal settlers by Congresswoman Mercado Revilla. Report on the shutting down of the irrigation projects in Cavite by Congressman Reyes. Ito yata yung lalagyan ng solar power. Yung mga nasa Cavite. Talaga, DA and NIA, you don't talk to each other, no? So, from the Office of the Ombudsman, information on copies, documents, complaints already, not yet. Documents, records, and other materials pertaining to investigations on rice cartels and this is from, it's now with us. Thank you to the Philippine Competition Commission. All of these are available to any member, and I would just like to remind all the 5 committees members, asan na ba yung listahan? Yung nominated members ng committees. Can I complete that first? Last page na ba yun? Can I complete that? Okay. Philippine Statistical Committee, level of reliability of the upper and lower limits by Congressman Biron. But this was presented during the December 11, 2024 meeting. From the Securities and Exchange GIS by Congressman Kimbo was submitted via email. Documents on Nansu and Davao Best by Congressman Swansing was presented during the meeting. And the Union of Local Authorities of the Philippines, data on licensing procedures of warehouses for business permits and activities pursued by LGUs in monitoring prices was made on November 25. May I recognize Congressman Ricardo Cruz Jr., the Lone District of Taguig City, Pateros. So may I ask for the list of the members, nominated members of each committees? But actually, all members of the 5 committees can ask copies, or any member of Congress can ask copies for all the submitted. We need to finish this by February 7 before the senators who are here will start campaigning. So, since wala pa yung listahan, can we start now with PSA? Installed na ba yung presentation na? Okay, PSA, you are now hereby recognized. Please identify your name and your position in PSA.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. My name is Glenn Polo, Chief Statistical Specialist of the Price Statistics Division of the PSA. Mr. Chair, today I will be reporting the updates of the price of the rice in the Philippines. Just a quick update. Next slide, please. So for December 2023, December 2024, the regular milled rice is priced at about 48.81 pesos per kilogram. And for well-milled rice, it's 54.38. Now, if you can see, if we compare it with the November 2024 prices, all of these prices have decreased. But year on year, they are still higher than the December 2023 prices, hence the positive inflation of rice, albeit at a lower rate of 0.8% in December. Medyo mataas pa po kasi yung ating price nung 2023. If you can remember, the reduction in price was implemented in September and it was lifted in October. And we still see the increase of price of rice during that time.
Sir, can I ask, what is the periodicity of your... You do it twice a month? First week, second week, and third week?
Sir, for collection of prices of rice, for NCR, we do it on a weekly basis. We have 24 areas in NCR and at most 5 stores per area. So that's around 120 kung makukumpleto.
So, spatially, in how many places do you pick up the prices?
Sir, we divide the NCR into
No,
northeast,
no
southwest.
more NCR. Let's do it nationwide.
Nationwide, sir, ang
Every
aming
week?
geographic domain is 102.
102 pickup points.
Yes, sir. We have data for 102 geographic domains. So all provinces and HUCs.
Nung namigay ako ng bigas sa Albay, I was able to buy at 37. How come you're saying it's 54?
Sir, for well-milled rice, that's 54.
It is 25% broken, well-milled?
I don't think so, sir.
I cannot understand. How do you do this? Is it a blended import and local?
Yes, sir.
How do you blend the imported rice price and the because imported is only 22% of the total, but the domestic is 78%. So, meaning to say, it is the domestic that's leading the increase in price in rice?
Sir, we can honestly say kung yung
Yes, so
local
in other
na-
words, when you go to a store, you don't ask whether it's imported or not.
Yes,
no?
sir. We just rely on the price tag. So kung ano po yung nakalagay na price tag, regardless kung siya ay imported or local, yun po yung kinukuha namin
Kasi
price.
yung huling meeting namin dito, parang binigyan kami ng pag-asa, wag niyo masyado munang guluhin. Kasi nandun si Speaker at saka si Secretary Chu Laurel, nasa kausap doon sa Bulacan, yung lahat po ng malalaki na mga importers para magbenta ng mura. Ang lumalabas dito, wala nangyari. No, hindi mo kasalanan. Sinasabi ko lang, Amas, kasama ka ba doon sa pumunta sa Bulacan? So, wala, pero ikaw in charge ng Kadiwa, di ba? So, yung Kadiwa, hindi kasama sa blended price?
Sir, currently, yung kadiwa po, hindi pa siya kasama sa aming price collection kasi meron po kaming criteria na
Ano yung
pinanghahawakan.
criteria?
Dapat po stable yung
So,
lugar.
unstable ang kadiwa.
Yung, sa ngayon kasi, sir, yung maraming kadiwa is rolling.
Hindi ko maintindihan kung tinatakot natin ang publiko para masanay kami sa mataas na presyo. When in fact, I just bought again last week, knowing it's been raining in Albay for almost 45 days. So yung mga islands doon at saka yung mga coastal areas doon do not have means of jobs. So I have to distribute rice. So I was able to buy at 37 pesos and then you're telling me it's 54? So in short, there is a discrepancy between the retail price and the wholesale price. Wala ba kayong wholesale price monitoring?
Meron din po, sir.
Can you show it? Is it here?
Sa next slide po.
Okay, I'm sorry. So the well-milled is 43. Tama ba?
Regular milled rice po, sir, wholesale price is 43.14 as of December.
Taas pa rin. Nakabili ako kasi December, talagang I was able to buy at 37. This is, to me, a conundrum. I don't know how to explain this. How do you explain this? So, domestic accounts for 78%. Oh, is there any way? I'm opening the floor for anyone to help me explain this
Mr. Chair,
empirical disequilibrium.
Mr. Chair,
Yes,
may
Congresswoman Castro.
may I intervene? Kasi po yung nire-report ng PSA on a national scale, tingin ko, Mr. Chair, with due respect, yung mga kadiwa, dahil hindi naman po yan talagang
Widespread.
hindi siya permanente. So, ang permanente, Mr. Chair, yung nakikita natin sa palengke, sa mga supermarket. So, yun po yung nire-report. Kung nakakabili tayo ng mga 37, so, that is exceptional, no? Pero, tama ba, PSA? Sinire-report nyo, di ba, on the national scale. So, hindi nyo sinasama yung kadiwa dyan dahil hindi naman ito yung,
Yes, ma'am.
normal. Okay. So, yun nga, Mr. Chair. So,
Di naman ako sa kadiwa bumili.
okay. So, siguro exceptional yung sa inyo, Mr. Chair. Pero kung lilibutin natin ang mga palengke, supermarket, tingin ko yung nire-report po ni mga PSA po ay malapit doon sa
Well,
nakikita.
kailangan ko siyang irespeto because under the law, you are
So, yun, Mr.
so
Chair.
determined. Kay JY Enterprises, Legazpi City. Their warehouses are in Tabaco City. No, I don't know whether it's local. I don't also, but it's 25% broke. It must have been imported. So if you keep reporting these prices, that means I don't want you to lie also. Anyway, I'll allow you to finish your presentation. Is that the last page?
Sir, yung graph lang po ng pang well-milled rice naman. But, sir, let me explain kung paano yung survey design namin when it comes to price collection, especially sa rice. For NCR, we have 24 areas and 5 stores each. So for each commodity, meaning 120 stores yun on a weekly basis sa NCR in case na makokompleto yun ng collectors namin sa NCR. Now, yung outlets namin, we call them outlets, but they are the stores where we collect the prices. Consistent po kami na yung stores na yun ang pinupuntahan natin. May criteria po kasi kami sinusunod. First is dapat permanent yung store kasi siya yung laging sample namin, siya yung babalikan. Second, siya yung madalas puntahan ng mga tao. And then, at least complete or consistent yung kanyang supply kasi siya nga yung aming regular na babantayan. So, pag meron pong mga suddenly nagbenta ng mas mababa kaysa doon sa tinitinda ng aming sample stores, hindi po namin sila nakukuha kasi hindi namin sila sample. So, in case of Kadiwa, actually we discussed this already within ourselves na kung isasama ba namin yung Kadiwa, but based on our criteria, kasi that time, mostly ang Kadiwa po i-rolling pa lang, nasa rolling store pa lang sila. Hindi po kasi namin makukuha yung price kung lagi silang paalis-alis. So, ang idea po kasi is, we determine the change in price that is organic, meaning nagpalit yung price dun sa same store, not because nagpalit kami ng store. Kasi possible po na pag lumipat kami ng ibang store, iba yung price niya. So hindi po magiging consistent yung movement ng price. So yun po yung idea nung ginagawa ng price collection because this is specifically for CPI.
But 47 is a price of starvation. Sir,
So for 2025, we plan to include Kadiwa, pero yung mga permanent stores lang as planned by the government.
so where did you get the wholesale price?
Meron po kaming mga wholesale markets na regular na pinupuntahan. And then pagka nakita po namin na may trading sila doon, yun po yung kinukuha naming prices.
Pero alam mo nung kausap ko, bakit ka ako 37 to? Sabi nila, takot sila. Hindi sila nag-i-stock kasi nga gawa nga ng bagong batas na pag lumampas sila doon sa normal holding capacity nila, so bumibili lang sila pag alam nila na may bibili. So I mean, nag-order lang sila pag alam nila may bibili. So natatakot sila doon sa bagong batas on the carteling, hoarding, profiteering, and smuggling law on this is still a source of empirical disequilibrium for me. I don't know, Asis, how do you explain this?
Sir, pwede kong...
Do you want to
In-
reconstitute the bus for you?
In practical sense, sir, I will try to explain. Sa isda, pareho lang po sa isda eh. Kasi sa palengke, halimbawa, 200 ang takbo ng presyo ng bangus. Sanay na yung tao sa 200 na bangus. Sanay na sila ng 150 na presyo ng tilapia. Kung makabili ho ako ng mura na isda, halagang 100, nakita ko nagbebenta yung mga kasabay ko ng 200, hindi ko naman ho ibebenta yun ng 150. Isahabol ko doon sa... Kasi parang nga po yung theory po namin, nakasanayan na po yung presyo na yun. And
But
therefore...
sir, it will not last long. A compartmentalized market, you know, it's still the weight of the total demand and the total supply.
Yeah, sir. But the point that we're trying to say is since we're looking at, in this case, for instance, in the case at hand, where we have an expectation of 6 peso decrease in the price of rice as a result of the tariff reduction.
So how come I can buy rice at 37?
Sir, if you look at the in relation to the one that you mentioned, na yung sa Anti-Economic Sabotage Act, sir, it says in the law that if you...
So it is the retail where the problem is.
I think, sir, nandoon po. At saka din, sir, sa tingin ko, kasi ngayon yung presyo po ng palay, 15 na lang.
Wag na muna yan, sir. Mag-usapan muna natin yung nandito sa harap. I mean, basically the report, which shows that wholesale is 47 and the retail is 53.
Sir, pero po may 3 layers po kasi yung bago magpunta sa retail eh. Meron kayong, sir, example lang po, yung nakita po namin last time during our meeting. So meron pong, halimbawa, meron po kasing wholesale po na nanggagaling sa importer. may bibili po sa kanya yung dealer. Wholesale din po yon. Yung dealer po dadalhin sa retailer. So medyo kung titingnan po namin, hindi naman po siya isang pasa lang. When we talk about retail, normally, hindi ho yun from the source. May dinadaanan pa pong iba eh. Kaya ho siguro yung chain pa has to be addressed. The shorter the chain, therefore, like, kung bumili po kayo sa rice mill, sir, 37, posible po yon. Pero kung bumili
No,
po
it's
kayo
not, it's not posible. Sir, nangyari.
Opo, yes sir, yes sir. Yun po yung mangyayari. Pero kung bibili po tayo sa...
I've been buying rice at 37 since December till now. Since yesterday, I bought again. Because my entire coastal area and all my islands are starving because they cannot go out to shore. Because of the rains, because
most
of the
likely,
gale
sir.
warning. We've been
Most li-
under gale warning for 47 days.
Most likely, sir, baka po local rice yun.
Anyway, can I just go to Kadiwa? Sino ba yung kasama ni Speaker tsaka ni Inverga na pumunta sa Bulacan? Sino sa DA? Sa Bulacan. Yung nagsabi ka na di ka makapresent dahil nandun ka na sa Bulacan.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Anyway, I was with Congressman Toto Swansing, and I was with Congresswoman Janet Garin. But just to give a little perspective on the meeting, Mr. Chair, what transpired there is that we tried to trace the supply chain. So it was then justified by a few of the importers. If I may ask, Mr. Chair, is Ms. Weng Sadikon here? So I think ang naunawaan din po natin doon, Mr. Chair, is that as expressed earlier by one of the rice importers in the previous meetings, sabi po nila na sila po ay ang mga importers will make a markup of about 2 pesos. It will be passed on to a wholesaler, again, with a markup of 2 pesos, passed on to a dealer na meron pong markup na another 2 pesos, and the retailers pumapatong po ng 5 pesos. So napakalaki po ng... So halos 11 pesos na po mula sa wholesale price na So this is something I think that the committee will have to address, the supply chain. With that, I hope that the Department of Agriculture, with all its commodities, can we please submit to us a supply chain analysis of every commodity para at least maintindihan natin yung problema ng lahat. So yun, Mr. Chair, yung nangyari po doon, and I think probably later on from our importers who are invited today, baka pwede pa tayong malinawan. And I know we have retailers also here, so we could address. And we do not want to put the blame, I don't want to put the blame, Mr. Chair, dun sa mga retailers naman, because sa kanilang side naman is that they are also incurring high costs. So nagtataas po yung pwesto nila sa kanilang palengke. At meron din po silang charges, I think, incurred na may ticket po sinisingil din ng mga local government units on a daily basis. So these are things that I think DA, DTI, and I think with the stakeholders, the various sectors, dapat hopefully, Yusek Asis, we can work on this, na ma-downsize natin yung supply chain. So I think, Mr. Chair, doon sa query ninyo, kung nabilihan po natin is a wholesaler, mura po talaga, pero yung across, baka po market masters, dumadaan pa po sa market masters, meron pang additional cost pa po doon sa mga market masters. So, again, I hope, Mr. Chair, I gave some enlightenment dun sa ilan sa mga na-pick up po natin na mga observations sa mga pangyayari po sa presyo. Medyo nagkakaroon po tayo ng konting understanding po dito. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair.
Very short. Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Mr.
You're
Chair, upfront
recognized.
would like to submit the opening statement of our chair, Chair Vergara, to
Okay,
the committee. And secondly, Mr. Chair, would like just like to ask the DA or NFA if they do agree with the prices, the findings of PSA.
For Metro, for Metro Manila, sir, we're doing price monitoring of price eh. Yung nakita ho namin, mas maganda yung numbers na nakita namin sa pagbaba. Kasi we have more retail.
No, the question is very simple, Yusek. Do you agree with the findings of the prices of that PSA just present? We go back to the data ba? Do you agree?
For Metro Manila, sir, may discrepancy po kaming nakita. Mas mababa po yung nakikita ng aming numbers dito.
Sa NFA, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, kung sa amin pong computation based on our cost ng pagbili ng palay up to na milling, ang presyo po niya nasa 47 to 48. Well-milled rice.
What's that? Wholesale, retail?
Iba po kayo kasi yung sa amin. Kaya ibenta po namin ng ilan sako sa DSWD or sa it's the same price. Direct cost po yun.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, the question was very simple. Do they agree with the pricing of PSA?
I don't have the expertise to say kung tama yung presyo na nakuha nila.
May we know if the 102 drop-off points of PSA,
Pick up.
pick up points of PPSA, alam ba nung DA kung sino yung pick up points nyo? Kasi mga permanent stores to, di ba?
Yes, sir. Sa ngayon, hindi po alam ng DA kung sino yung sample stores namin. But going back dun sa price po, yung sa NCR po, ang regular milled rice in December 2024 is 44.94. Kasi national po yung pinakita ko kanina na 48.81 yung regular milled. But for NCR, it's still it's lower, 44.94. And yung well-milled rice is 52.49 on the average.
I'll follow this up later, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Ano ibig sabihin ng well-milled? Is that equivalent to what? A 5%? 25% broken? 25%? 5% broken. Is that already your definition of a well-milled rice, sir? Asis? May I just recognize Congressman Briones, of course, a stalwart of agriculture, Congressman Arman Panaligan of Oriental Mindoro, and Congressman Steve Chongbian Solon, Lone District of Sarangani. Yes, sir. PSA, yun din ba ang definition nyo ng well-milled? 5% broken?
Sir, we depend on the definition provided by the Philippine Standard Grain Classification. And in terms of price collection, nakadepende lang po kami doon sa price tag. Pag nakalagay po na well-milled, yun po yung kinukuha namin. We assume na yun po yung well-milled.
Sir, what is the document that guides you?
Sir, ito meron po kaming implementing guidelines sa Memorandum Circular of the DA. Ito po yung October 2018 number po ito ng NFA. Ang regular milled po is 20 to 40% broken.
20 to 40?
Yes, sir. Ang well-milled po is 20% broken or less. And then yung premium grade po is 5% broken.
So it's not 5%.
It's well-milled is 20%, up to 20%. Between 6 point, it's a range. Well-milled pa rin po yan.
Jet, what is the difference between 20 and 25% broken?
Declaration for us, Your Honor, it's usually just 25.
And 5.
And 5. I'll have to check if there are declarations of 20% broken. That might be already a.
I never saw a BOC declaration of 20%.
Well, yes, sir. I'll check, sir. That might be already a product of mixture in the local market already. But as far as importation is concerned, our data merely shows a 5%, 25%, and a wholly broken variant, Your Honor.
The next, I think, may call on Kadiwa. Kayo yung second solution ng DA eh. Yung unang solution is takutin yung mga importer. Pero pagdating sa retailer, hindi man natakot. Eh, ikaw dapat ang panangga namin sana kung marami. Kaso, ilan lang kayo? 400 lang kayo? Ilan bang umiikot-ikot na Kadiwa ngayon?
Currently, Mr. Chair, good morning. So currently, meron po tayong 42 Kadiwa centers.
Sus Mariosep, so wala talaga yan.
At the same time po, meron tayong sa NIA na Kadiwa natin na nagbebenta rin po.
Ano pangalan?
NIA po.
Nia Kadiwa. Ito naman yung solusyon.
Mas marami sila, Chair, 67
Ito
sila.
yung naka-contract farming.
Yo po. Tapos meron po tayo ngayon na 22 na sa
Sino
mga markets.
nandito for NIA? Sir, magkano ba yung budget nyo for contract farming?
Mr. Chair, 100 million na lang po.
Diyos ko. We're talking about a 450 billion industry. Rice. And yours is how much is your budget for AMAS?
Nasa 80 million lang po.
80
Pero
million.
kasama na po doon lahat yung
80 million. AMAS. NIA? Don't you think
100 million po.
high rice prices should be considered as a basis for a declaration of emergency? May first call on PSA. Do you have a comparative analysis of the rice prices across the world? Wag Google I can Google it now.
Again, sir?
Do you have a comparative prices of rice prices globally or at least regionally?
Sir, I have to check with our records. Wala po kasi akong hawak na record ngayon. But I
Can you
think,
do it?
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Congressman Dago.
No.
Ay,
Yeah,
Congressman Cruz.
thank you. Yung Bulacan importers approached me actually last week. They're offering to sell at 40 pesos. These are well-milled rice. At supposed to be, they'll start in my district on a barangay level. So, meron lang limitation as to the maximum, which is about 5 kilos. But then again, unlimited yung supply. That is what they offered to me.
So obviously so now let's go. We've started with the importers and obviously the importers. May wholesaler ba tayo ngayon dito? Then we go to the retailers. Naku, Stephen, ba't ka pumunta dito? How can I ask the right question to my classmate?
Good morning, Mr. Chair. I was invited, that's why I'm here. You're
Yeah.
asking why I'm here?
I should have known.
Mr. Chair.
Yes. Castro.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Kasi, syempre gusto nating magkaroon ng solusyon doon sa pagtaas ng presyo, particularly yung bigas. At ito nga, parang nainggit yung, yung kamatis, yung pepper, alam naman natin ng Pasko. Alam niyo po ba yung ganong kaliit na pepper, 38 pesos, na ihahalo ko sana sa minudo ko. Hindi ko na binili dahil sa mahal, no? Sili, 1,000 per kilo. Yung pepper, 1,000 per kilo din. So talagang kailangan na talaga natin, tama ka Mr. Chair, baka kailangan natin ng emergency, hindi power emergency action kaugnay dito sa problema natin ng bigas. Kasi ang sinasabi ng DA, Mr. Chair, merong 58 ba na maximum suggested retail price? Ano ba yung naging doon? Bakit ba nagkaroon ng ganong suggestion? No? Or 58. Pwede bang malaman ano yung naging resulta nito, Mr. Chair? Yung sinasabing maximum na retail price o yung essentially yung price cap. Hindi ba magbubunga ito ng more ng pagsasamantala? Kasi kung nakikita niyo po sa merkado, ang average naman hindi po, ang maximum naman hindi naman talaga nagiging 58 or 60. Na mas mababa pa doon yung maximum average ng pagbebenta ng bigas. Siguro sa magandang klase ng mga bigas. So, tanong ko nga ang DA, Mr. Chair, bakit kayo nagkaroon ng ganon? At ano ba yung naging findings ninyo dito sa naging solution nila, Mr. Chair?
Aziz, since you're the head of delegation.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Chair. If I may. Ngayon po, during as I mentioned to you, Mr. Chair, meron po kaming sariling price monitoring sa NCR. At nakita namin po, may mga presyo na 62, 60. So, yung pong maximum retail price is a kind of a number, a starting number sa dahan-dahan na pagbaba. Kasi po, example, parang nangyari po dyan, tiningnan po namin kung ano po kasi dalawa pong klase, meron po tayong well-milled na branded, tsaka meron po, at saka iba-ibang brand. So nakikita niyo yung Coco Pandan, iba-ibang mga brand na nasa palengke. May mga 60, 62 po yon. So sabi po ang napag-usapan po namin doon ay hahanapin natin yung puhunan tapos we add around 8 to 12 pesos markup based on the imported landed cost po. And then yun po yung maximum dapat na makikita natin. But we are also monitoring yung price po ng bigas na bumababa po ngayon. So that can change depending on our monitoring. Bali, yung pong base price landed cost plus a reasonable markup, yun po yung basis for identifying yung 58.
Well, Mr. Chair, no, tingin ko nagkaroon lang lalo ng nagkaroon ng confusion at nagkaroon ng pagsasamantala kasi nga bumababa na nga yung presyo noong bigas. 'Di ba? Kung magpepeg tayo ng 58 na maximum suggested retail price. So kahit na kinuha ko ng mura 'yon, may ko yun ng 58. Well, yung sinasabi niyong Coco Pandan, familiar ako diyan kasi minsan ginagamit namin 'yan. 55 po yung maximum. Kahit na retail price, 55. Kaya kung sinasabi niyong 58 yung maximum, so ibig sabihin nun, pwedeng gawin ng retailer na 58 yun, samantalang pwede niyang ibaba ng 55 kung may mga ganyan kayong mga suggestion. Or suggested retail price, maximum. Kasi hahabulin ng manininda yun ng mga retail price yung sinasabi ninyo. Kaya po parang Mr. Chair, hindi tingin ko solusyon yung sinasabi ninyong mga cap na yan or maximum retail price, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
So,
Aziz?
Ma'am, Mr. Chair, kasi po sa monitoring namin, meron pong 64, 62. Yun po yung actual na
premium kasi yung sinasabi niyo,
Yes.
hindi po yan inaabot ng mga mahihirap. Premium rice po yung sinasabi niyong 62, 64. Kaya, Mr. Chair, kung mas mataas ang target or mas mataas yung nakikita natin, well, ang makikita natin, i-average yan depende doon sa nakikita ninyong maximum, 60, 62.
Pagbigyan muna natin
So,
siya.
Mr. Chair,
Patapusin lang natin.
hindi, kasi tinatanong ko lang po, yung 62, 60, ano po ba yan? Premium o yung regular milled
Yes.
rice?
Yeah,
Ang
so-
tinatanong ko kasi, yung regular milled rice na kino-consume ng mas maraming mga
Opo.
mahihirap.
If you will allow me to explain. Kasi po, yung basis nga po nung maximum suggested retail price is what you find now in the market where you have 60, 62, and 64. So if you peg a price na dapat wala kami makikita na more than 64, whether it is the highest price, as you mentioned, yung premium, then lahat po sasama sa pagbaba. Kasi kung halimbawa, yung premium rice is already priced at 58, yung pinakamahal. Siyempre po, wala pong, yung pong mas mababa ang kalidad nun, naturally, bababa po yun. Kasi otherwise, bibili ako ng 58 na premium. I mean, that's how the market will play. And so, at this time po, dahil wala naman po tayong, and the other options that we have, which we already considered under the Price Act, is to set up probably,
An SRP.
that's the MSRP, sir, yung ginagawa po namin ngayon. Pero yung lalagay na po namin, price ceiling na, based naman on unreasonable prices.
So you're considering a price ceiling?
That is within the provisions of the Price Act po.
Does your department have the technocratic capacity to grade the rice so you can set up those price ceilings?
When we look at the numbers, sir, kasi medyo obvious ho ng konti dahil, example, bumaba ang taripa ng 6 na piso. So, theoretically, bababa...
Siyete
ng
binaba.
7.
Tapos ngayon, $475
Tapos bumaba
na lang.
bumaba po yung price sa world market. So, nakita namin na
Tapos
just-
dito hindi.
just with these two numbers alone, we're looking at 850 ang ibinaba ng presyo dapat sa landed cost. So based on that, kung bumaba na yung presyo po ng mga 850, tapos pareho pa rin po yung retail, edi we can theoretically conclude that the price in the retail market seems unreasonable. And therefore, that's an option that is being considered. Pero ngayon, hindi pa po natin ginagawa yon. Gumamit lang po tayo nung sinasabi natin na suggested retail price. If the retailers will follow that, and then again, we monitor ano na yung takbo sa world prices, we can even go down to, say, 56 later on.
Ang taas pa niya.
Sir, and then, kasi nga, ang option natin is to...
56, alam mo ilan magugutom?
But sir, that's for the premium rice. Therefore, ang theory po sir is pag meron ng cap yung premium, susunod yung nandoon sa regular meal, bababa rin yun. Yun po yung theory behind.
Mr. Chair.
Anyway,
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair,
Mr.
tapusin ko lang.
patapusin kita.
Pwede
Then
bang,
after that,
pwede bang
actually-
magtanong din ako sa NFA, Mr. Chair? Tapusin niyo po ako.
Okay.
Okay, so yung sinasabi po ng Department of Agriculture or yung DA, yung tungkol doon sa maximum suggested retail price. So tingin ko po sa observation, hindi po naging effective ito para mapababa po yung rice. No, sa napansin ko po dito sa nakaraang buwan at observation natin doon sa palengke, dito lang sa NCR. So hindi po yun naging effective. No, kaya kailangan din nating pag-aralan pa yon. Kasi sabi nyo, after that present pronouncement na 58, pwedeng bumaba pa. So hindi lang naman po yung retail price ang minomonitor, Mr. Chair. Dapat i-monitor nyo rin yung landed cost. No, yung landed cost at saka yung mga sinasabi nga natin yung supply chain, yung mga player in between no supply chain. So yun po yung sinasabi natin. So you have to study further po, Mr. Chair, yung sinasabi niyo suggestion na bababa yung price. Kasi wala pa rin hindi siya naging significant. So based doon sa report ng PSA, so hindi pa rin natin masasabi talaga na significantly bumaba yung rice.
Wala man.
So, price ng rice. So wala, Mr. Chair, sa nakikita ko.
It's
So
still
yun lang po,
alarming.
Mr. Chair.
Mr.
Sige,
Chair.
may sasabihin yata si
Sagutin
Yusek.
mo, then I have to transfer to Solon.
Ay, yeah, may tatanong lang po ako sa NFA.
Ma'am, Mr. Chair, hindi pa po talaga natin makikita yon kasi ang effectivity po nung MSRP is January 20. Yung pong
Ano meaning ng MSRP? It is now,
maximum retail.
you're going down to the retail?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Maximum
There are
suggested retail
360,000 retailers of rice, so how do you intend?
in Metro Manila sa pilot, sir, yan. In Metro Manila sa pilot. And it's only applicable to, and again, we are piloting this. This is only applicable
What is
sa
M?
imported rice.
What is
Maximum suggested retail price. So you cannot go above the maximum.
And you intend to put it at?
58 at this time, sir. So
Diyos ko, ang taas nun.
premium po yun. Yun po yung pinakamataas na dapat makikita natin sa merkado. Dapat wala tayong makikitang 64,
Yung
62,
RMR,
60.
ilan?
Sir?
Regular meal.
Hindi pa po namin nalagyan ng maximum suggested retail price. It's still the
Okay, that's enough. So you,
Mr. Chair, yung NFA na lang.
on si NFA.
Yung NFA, meron kayong pronouncement na more than 500,000, tama po ba, na i-dispose sa LGU. Correct, Mr. Chair? Dahil nga sa aging na siya, or 2 months na siya. So, ibibenta ninyo sa mga LGU. Magkano niyo po ibibenta?
Kahapon po ay isa sa mga pinag-usapan sa council yan. Hindi po naiset kahapon. Pero ang tinatarget natin, it's between 33 to 38. Pero i-add referendum na lang po namin sa NFA Council kung ano po yung mapapag-agrihan.
Okay, marami kasi Mr. Chair na nag-aging na, yung 500,000. Ngayon gusto natin talaga na masolusyonan na yung presyo ng bigas. So kung hindi pwedeng magbenta yung NFA doon sa market, Mr. Chair, pwede yung sa LGU, diretso yung LGU yung magbebenta doon sa kanilang mga constituents. No, kasi hindi naman masyadong effective yung kadiwa na yan eh. Kaya yung NFA na yan, pwedeng ilagay sa LGU. And then pwede po ang DA, Mr. Chair, kung merong mga subsidy or merong extra na pera para doon sa pagbili rin ng rice din, para or buffer stock, pwede, buffer fund, kung meron kayong buffer fund, pwede rin yan na ibenta doon sa mga LGU. Kasi hindi nga pwede yung NFA eh. 'Di ba? Pinilayan natin yung NFA doon sa RTL. Kaya ano tingin niyo doon? Ano tingin po ng DA doon at saka ng NFA? So yun lang Mr. Chair para makakita na tayo ng solusyon doon sa problema natin sa pagtaas ng presyo ng bigas.
Yeah, NFA.
Mr. Chair, para lang po clear yung numbers, wala pong pagkalito. Yung pong ating stocks na ngayon na nasa NFA total is around 700,000 bags of milled rice. 300,000 po dyan yung immediately we can consider aging or non-regular stocks. Yung 400 po niyan, paglipat po ng buwan next month, kasama na rin po yan sa tinatawag nating about to age. So para lang po clear sa numbers. Thank you po.
Thank you. And Solon? After Solon, it will be Briones.
Thank you. This is for...
But Briones, please
Chair,
stick,
Mr.
stick
Chair.
to rice.
Hindi pa sinasagot yung tanong ko eh. Kung sinasabi, yung tanong ko po na kung merong pang buffer pang buffer stocking ang DA, so pwede po ba yon na ilabas natin para makabili tayo ng murang bigas na pwedeng ma-distribute ng LGU sa kanilang mga constituents, Mr. Chair? Kung
Sagutin
merong
mo.
ganon.
Ikaw yun, sa'yo.
Allocated buffer fund po. Kung meron.
Mr. Chair, opo. Akala ko sa DA yung nabanggit kanina. So NFA po, meron po tayong tuloy-tuloy na pagbili ng palay. So we have those stocks nationwide, kung yun po yung ating concern doon. Yung bebenta po sa LGU, ito po mga aging stocks, pwede po yun nating ibenta sa kanila as part of one of the avenue where we can sell our rice na nasa batas. Yun pong ibenta namin siya bago siya maging unfit for human consumption or nag-age na. Pwede po yun.
DA po, maliban doon sa NFA, meron po ba ang DA, Mr. Chair, yun na lang yung tanong kasi hindi pa nasasagot.
Kung
meron.
hindi po aging stocks, ang pwede lang po na pagkakataon ay it's very clear in the law which was newly passed. We can only do that during we can sell under Section 6 po of the RTL. Sell existing NFI rice buffer stocks in areas where there is rice supply shortage, very clear, or an extraordinary increase in rice prices.
So, pwede
Those
po.
are the two conditions when we can. So basically, we cannot just intervene, and this has to be upon the recommendation of the National Price Coordinating Council. So we cannot act on our own. That is how the law was worded under the new RTL.
Mr. Chair, follow up. Hindi ba extraordinary situation ito? Na ganong kataas ang
nakalagay
presyo
po
ng
dito,
bigas? Walang pwedeng gawin ang DA?
Mr. Chair.
Ano ba yung pwedeng i-recommend pa na iba pa?
Ang nakalagay po dito is where there is rice supply shortage, which at this point does not exist. We have more than 80 days of worth of supply, so it does not exist. Number two, an extraordinary increase in rice prices. We're not talking about here of prices increase. We are talking about prices not going down as expected. Magkaiba ho yun. And there is a definition of rice increase, which is 10% of whatever you have previous month. So, ibig sabihin, example, kung ngayon ay 65, kung ang previous month is, like in the graph, mataas, 58, di po ba? So para matrigger mo po yon, more than 10%. So dapat mamahal siya ng plus. So that is not the situation that we're in. That is what we're trying to explain previously, that the law is worded differently, that we cannot just act on it. Because the situation,
Yung 10% kanino galing?
yun po, nakalagay po sa Price Act po yun, and there's a reference in the anti-economic sabotage
Ako, gawa ng
law,
gawa tayo ng batas.
which is also 10%.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Actually,
Nasa
Mr. Chair,
batas
may
po
I
yun.
just follow up on the question of Sikong France? Again, Yusek Asis, we requested from DA we need something that we need a recommendation from DA to address this type of situation. So it is of course we may have to amend the Price Act. So meron na ba tayo?
We have a
Para
list.
may
We already have, Mr. Chair, if I may respond. Meron na po kaming isa. Actually, sir, dala po namin yung unsigned pa lang po. Hindi pa po fully signed lahat. Kasi may process kami sa signing. But we already have a list. In fact, I can turn it over to you today, sir.
Yes, please. So
Yes, sir.
we could just for reference
Yeah.
at least see
Yes, sir.
na meron kayong action na
Yes, sir.
ginagawa na
Yes, sir.
pwede natin ma-address. If you are if your hands are tied because of the law, at least makita natin ano yung
Asan
pwedeng
yun?
gawin. Pwede makita ba yung
Can you get it?
proposed
Then
amendments to the
share
Price Act
with
so
the
that
co-chairs.
pwedeng maka-action ng gobyerno kung ganito ang mga pangyayari?
Sure, tatlo-tatlo na kayo, ha? AMAS, NFA,
medyo
NIA.
And then, Mr. Chair, may I just follow up with Yusek Asis? You mentioned that dun sa SRP ninyo, you're expecting na may 10 to 12% parang profit margin
Tos po,
per kilo.
per kilo po.
Oo. Hindi ba kayo nalalakihan doon? Napakataas ng markup na yon.
Yun po from the source po ito. Mr. Chair, if I may explain. Kasi po, base nga po doon sa binanggit nyo kanina,
Yeah, sabi
meron
nila,
pong
meron sila
importer, di po ba? So, pagpalagay mo, yun ang landed price, ano po. Pagkatapos meron po siyang wholesaler, di po ba? Yung wholesaler, meron pang dealer. Tapos meron pang retailer. So, nung tinitingnan po namin and then of course, yung retailer po kasi, may kakategorize po rin. Meron po kasing small retailers, yung umuubos lang siya ng 10 hanggang 15 sako sang araw. So, ibig sabihin, kung 5 piso po siya, 25 kilos, 200 kilos, tapos meron siyang babayarang pwesto, medyo reasonable po yung 5. So, nung kinumpute back po namin, parang yung, at least, nung tinitingnan po namin yung chain,
Ayun na.
mukhang tigda 2 piso po yung nauna, tapos 5 piso po yung retailer. Kaya po merong ganong parang allowance.
Yes. Anyway, for now, I think that is the norm, di ba? but I think this is something, I hope you agree with me, Yusek Asis, we need to address this. Kailangan ma-shorten, mabawasan yung supply chain na ito na added cost, no? Dito sa, I mean, hindi naman natin minamasama na may naghahanap buhay, may kumikita, but sa akin napakalaki nito. If I may, I just follow up with DTI. Is this this practice right for the consumers?
Mr. Chair, you mean yung pagpapaliit po ng...
Yeah, yung yung supply chain na
Yes, Mr. Chair.
napakadaming layers at ang laki ng mga profits. So
Yes,
these
Mr.
are justifiable for you, for DTI? Kung
Yung-
negosyante ka?
Mr. Chair, yung sa pagpapa-exit po nung sa value chain, yes po, we agree na it will redound to the benefit of consumers. And Mr. Chair, I'd like to just give an update din po that the National Price Coordinating Council met yesterday, and we are looking at yung possibility po of declaring that there is an extraordinary increase in prices to allow the DA Secretary to declare a food security emergency. But we're still working on the resolution, Mr. Chair.
Yes, and DA is part of NPCC, di ba? Oo. So, well, I hope may action ka agad dito. With that, Mr. Chair, thank you. Thank you,
Mr. Chairman.
We can come back to you if you're not yet satisfied, but can I just give the chance to Congressman Solon?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yusek Asis, you mentioned earlier, by setting a ceiling or this maximum suggested retail price on premium rice, sabihin natin 58,
Ang taas.
you anticipate market forces will bring down as well the prices of regular milled, well-milled, so on and so forth. But I share the sentiment of Congresswoman Castro dahil kung mag-set tayo ng example, 58 sa premium, we know retail prices are sticky. So it's going to take some time before regular milled rice prices come down, well-milled rice prices come down. My question is it possible, sir, that we set an MSRP for premium, we set an MSRP for well-milled, and we set an MSRP for regular para medyo mas mabilis or mas immediate ang pagbaba ng presyo ng bigas, Mr. Chair?
Asis.
Yes, sir, that's being considered po. Actually, kaya lang po kami nag-umpisa doon sa 58 kasi wala pong experience to do that eh. So, since this is like a pilot, so we wanted to look at it and then analyze it further how we can improve. So, but that's part of the strategy. In fact, we're even considering po yung price cap mismo.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Basta importante, sir, yung bigas na binibili ng mga tao na nangangailangan, which is, I guess, the regular milled rice, if you're going to cap the premium, maybe you should experiment by capping all the varieties as well para immediate ang pagbaba ng presyo. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Anyway, before we go further, supposed to be it's Congressman Brosas, but Stephen is raising his hand. You represent the retailers here?
Yes, sir. Mr. Chair, just from a retailer's point of view, on MSRP, I think it will bring down the price of rice for those under it. Because if it's, number one, ang problema, napakaraming klaseng retailers. May pablengke, may supermarkets, okay? Ang susunod niya,
Ikaw, magkano benta mo ng bigas?
around 56, gano'n. Okay?
Walang taas.
Mataas din ang bigay sa amin. That's why you can go after retailers and find out kung magkano yung patong nila. I mean, for those na you find na mahal. Di ba? Pero ang point ko, when you say MSRP and you'll say that, lahat ng tao itataas up to 58, right? Well, there's a thing called competition.
Kanino
di
ka
ba?
bumibili?
Mga wholesalers po.
Importers?
Hindi, wholesalers. Wholesalers po. Kasi hindi naman ganun kalaki ang, in my particular case, yung bigas na binibenta namin. Now, I'm saying there's such a thing called competition. Kung ang kalaban ko ay 58, I'll sell cheaper, di ba? Parang tao pumunta sa akin. Kasi bigas is staple, no? People need it and everybody knows magkano
I
bigas
don't know
mo.
why it's so sticky when it comes to the retailers.
How's that, sir? I mean,
It's so sticky downwards when it comes to retailers. Because the importers easily brought it down from 44 to 37.
If DA will come up with a statement saying that 58 for premium, I think bababa po lahat ng mga nasa ilalim. It's just like sugar, no? Pag white refined ang pinaresyohan, kailangan bumaba ang brown. That's why 2 years ago, no? Nung sinabi na ang white sugar ay bababa, ang ibaba ang white sugar, nagkaipit-ipit ang presyo ng brown and washed sugar kasi nasa ilalim sila. Tapos naging mas mura pa ang pinalabas na presyo ng white sugar. Kaya kailangan pag-aralan mabuti para hindi ganun ang mangyari na magpatong-patong. Later on, di alam kung saan. That's one issue. Maraming klaseng retailers. So yung palengke...
Bakit lang yung kailan makialam ang gobyerno? Kung
I'm
kaya
sorry.
naman, bakit kailangan pa namin makialam ang gobyerno kung kaya naman pala ng merkado?
That's why I think ang sinasabi ng DA is hindi nga...
Kailangan
naging-
siguro kayo lagi paluin something.
Not
Hindi ko
necessarily.
maintindihan. Markets are supposed to work efficiently. And then suddenly you are, Stephen, you're asking DA to intervene.
No, because I think I'm speaking in behalf of the economy and not just the retailers, okay? I'm saying for the good of everyone, no? If you want prices to go down, then it would be good probably if they set up a premium, an MSRP, no? And then para sumunod yung mga nasa supermarket. Again, area, kung Metro Manila muna, no? Supermarkets. Kasi yung palengke na nagbebenta nga ng 8 to 10 sacks a day.
In general, sir, we have already found out, I think it's an empirical finding of this committee that our problem is not with the importers. It is with the retailers.
The different echelons po. And also, another thing lang, there's so many types of rice. So nakakalito, what is premium and what is well-milled and what is, like you said, other unscrupulous retailers and traders hinahalo, di ba? So because of that, hindi malinaw, maghahalo-halo na ngayon ng presyo at maghahalo-halo na ngayon ng types of rice. Napakaraming retailers at napakaraming type of
Okay,
rice.
before Ordonez, can I call on
Miss-
Rosas?
Mr. Chair, can I just add something real
Oh, yeah,
quick?
please continue,
Yeah.
Solon.
Yeah, so, I just had someone go to the market in General Santos, just for the information of the body. Rices there, we have prices at 42, which is Banay rice. We have 54, which is special rice, another special rice, which is 55, another premium rice, which is 50. So, I agree with what Sir was saying earlier, that market forces will, will bring the prices of rice down. But, I think we're at a position where the government needs to step in because market forces are clearly, being curtailed or whatever. No, so I would really like your suggestion, Yusek, na if you're going to cap the premium, maybe I suggest you start capping pababa rin. No, so there's less play. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Salamat po.
Thank you, Brosas. And after Brosas, we start with Briones. No, nakiusap kasi. Sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Behind
Mr.
my back.
Salamat, Mr. Chair. With the indulgence of Kong Nikki Briones. Mr. Chair, isa lang naman yung tanong ko, Mr. Chair. Ito yung sa taripa. Kasi nung unang super committee, sinabi ninyo na, actually hindi ninyo, ng DA pala, na we will realize the effects of the lower tariff by January. Tapos, Mr. Chair, nagpa-present ng PSA data. Apparently, hindi ganun yun nangyari, no? So, Mr. Chair, we are asking, ayon din po ito kay Dinya, lower local production at lower tariffs ang dahilan kaya napakataas ng rice import. Noong second half ng 2024, lampas 70% ng imports kumpara sa second half ng 2023. Now, kung matatandaan natin, June 20, 2024, ipinatupad yung Executive Order number 62 na layuning ibaba ang taripa ng bigas mula 35% to 15%. Now, ano na ang ginagawa ng DA hinggil dito? Kasi hindi nga natin makita yung epekto, Mr. Chair. That's my question, Mr. Chair.
Asis,
Just to be very candid about it, the projected decrease in prices did not originate from DA itself. It was a statement that DA spokesperson.
So you're blaming Recto.
No.
Oh, yeah, that's where the statement
Well,
came from.
what we're saying, this is the projection. No, it's not, because it's also unfair to put the theory on the A. It's not the A's theory. It's the collective view, which DA of course I would say agreed and believed. But that's beside the point. The point is the theory, as you can see, is not happening. And that's baka po dun talaga ano. Pero just to be fair to DA po, kasi na-attribute po sa amin yung promise. But it's not really just ours. It is a collective, I would say, view.
Yes, Mr. Chair, follow-up lang. Parang ganun na lang ba yun, Mr. Chair?
Hindi.
Kasi, di ba, Mr. Chair, parang not to be candid about it. Kailangan po talaga meron tayong konkretong solusyon doon sa
You can be
problema.
candid and incompetent at the same time.
Kailangan po tayong sagutin doon sa ano yung naganap, ano yung nangyari. And we are looking here ng hanggang 2028, di ba?
Oo.
Sinabi na in-increase tapos dapat magkaroon ng epekto sa presyo. Pero hindi nagkakaroon ng epekto. I-clarify naman sa atin, bakit hindi nagkakaroon ng epekto?
Pero I don't know if it's just the A. So can we leave it at that first and let's proceed to Nikki?